Chris, you're a manager who likes plenty of time on the training pitch with your players. It's back to normal routine this week, isn't it?
It's been a nice week actually, just to get them back and spend time on the grass. Unfortunately, that's not the case next week because we have the FA Cup replay. But yes, it's just good to get a good week, and what we find in this week is that you are able to certainly work the players to their individual needs, because some. We gave some an extra day off because the ones that have been involved in a lot of these games over the Christmas period that needed to download as such. So we've used the week well, and we hope that suits us going into, of course, a tough one at Goodison.
And the injury list has shortened a little bit with Seb Basong, Wes Hoolahan and Bradley Johnson all fit and raring to go for the Everton game.
Yeah, so that one's a plus, and as big a bonus I think as that is that Alex Tetty and Anthony Pilkington both done part of the training today. Will hopefully be involved in the training on Monday and have a good week's training, and if we're fortunate with the week and it's been a good week for them, possibly some parts of being in the squad at Hull.
We're unbeaten in the Premier League since returning in 2011 against Everton, home and away. Obviously something you'll look to continue on Saturday.
I hope so. We'll certainly give it a good go. They're in very good form at the moment, and they've got a lot of good players, and as I think most of us know, have changed the philosophy in the way that they set the team up. But they're in good form at the moment, and we'll need to certainly put in a performance similar to what we were able to do on the first game of the season.
Seems quite a long time ago now, that first game of the season. How much do you think Everton have changed or developed or progressed since then?
Well, I think there was a clear indication that first game of the season on how Roberto wanted to play. I think what he has done, I think he's taken over a very stable and solid squad. Left to him, of course, by David Moyes, but he's added really well to it, particularly in the two loan signings in Lukaku and, of course, Barry. Two excellent loan signings, and they brought in well as well McCarthy. They've brought in Alcaraz, Kone, who hasn't been as involved. So at the moment, I think they've got a very well balanced squad.
And generally away from home, I think the last three games only conceded one goal. Is that solidity looking to continue as well?
Yes, I think we are very conscious of our away form this season, and the early part, of course, hasn't been good, but at least we're getting into some sort of consistency away from home, and we're making the games closer away from home. We'll certainly need to do that on Saturday because they're a good outfit, particularly at home, that are capable of scoring goals. But we have to go there with a belief, and we are on the back of some decent performances away from home, and that's something that we would like to continue.
We spoke to John Ruddy before this, Chris, and he seemed really grateful at the chance that he's had to play in every single Premier League game last year, especially after his injury in last season. How happy are you to have him and being able to pick him as well for every game?
We're delighted with John. The fact that he's, of course, committed himself to this football club. He's a big personality. I know, of course, the game adds something a little bit different to John, having spent the time at Everton that he did, and I think grateful for what he learnt there. But we're grateful for what he's given us, and we certainly hope it's a very good day for him.
A lot of new Premier League grounds, Chris, are, brand new and open space. Goodison Park is an old-fashioned football ground, isn't it? What's it like taking a team there?
It is as it seems, and it is how you hear it. It's a very vocal stadium. It is one of the oldest classic stadiums, a lot of history, and but I think that goes hand in hand with the club itself. A very well-run club, very stable, consistent club, and of course they're playing a little bit different in the way that they have done, of course, in recent years. But as I say, it is I think a model club for this day and age, and of course there's been a lot of talk about a new stadium, and I'm quite sure that they'll make big endeavours for that to happen. But in the time, they're playing in a wonderful stadium at Goodison.